Hey, Gary here with you. Day 47, working on our AI blog. Jumping over to Google Search Console, you can see we are still setting at 65 post indexed. Today is May 31st as we're trucking along. And you can see our performance here. Let's see here, the last or the most recent date, May 28th, going out to 3 months. We'll go ahead and go custom on that. Yes, it's May 28th. We'll apply. Here you can see our impressions still going up and sort of just leveling off here a little bit. But all in all, we're still dealing with a limited set of data or data points to look at over a short period of days, even at day 47. So what are we going to be doing today? Today we were in the blog post tracker and we're looking at all the blog posts that we wrote for Space Fun Facts. And what we have here are our post titles and our post URLs. And that's going to be important because what I did is I copied these to use them in the conversation that we're about to have with ChatGPT and using the ChatGPT plugins. Now, one of the things that I like to do, and I think that you get the best result out of, is asking the AI or your chat buddy here, in this case, ChatGPT, what does it know or what does it understand about the thing you're trying to do? And then once it understands or once it gives you that feedback, going off of that feedback or based upon the feedback that you get and helping you understand how and what it is you're actually looking for and how you can interact with ChatGPT to get a better output based upon your input. It all starts with simply asking a question. And in this case, we're talking about interlinking or internal linking between these blog posts. So I said, hello, do you understand how interlinking helps SEO and how to do linking based on best practices using rich anchor text? And the great thing is it gives you an explanation so you can even understand exactly what it is it knows about it, but it'll help you understand exactly what you're looking for in an output. And go ahead and read that or try this yourself when you're doing your own blog. But then you can see what I did is I used that input where I used that copy paste from that blog post where I'm doing the tracking. And I said, great, based on the explanation, can you help me by using these blog post titles and scanning the URLs and make a table that shows the blog post title, its URL and the rich anchor text and the blog post title and URL that you created the interlinking for. It's very wordy, and you'll see that I tried to do too much at once by just pasting all this information in, because when it gets down here, it starts and it's using WebPilot to go out and scrape and actually read those blog posts. But you're going to see after a while, it comes back and it says, I've started the process of scanning the URLs provided to create interlinking suggestions. However, due to the time it takes to scan each URL, I've only managed to scan a few of them so far. Here's what I found. And it gave me 3 results. And at that point, I'm like, okay, this is too much for it to chew on at this time. Let's go ahead and break this down a little bit further. Okay, let's try a smaller sample size. Use only the blog posts that have asteroid in the title or the URL. Then give me 2 internal links per page. And when you've done that, provide me a table with the information about the internal links. Then it did that and it provided me the internal links. You can see here it pulled just the blog posts and URLs that have asteroid. But then you can also see what it did here is it created anchor text for Phases of the Moon and Cosmology Basics, a comprehensive introduction to the universe. And then it linked out, and you can see down here in the left-hand corner, it linked out to the categories, Phases of the Moon, and then it linked out to a blog post, Introduction to Cosmology. Based upon all of the information that it pulled when WebPilot went out and scanned those URLs that I gave it. But then it did the exact same thing for every blog post, and it used the exact same anchor text for every blog post, which actually doesn't exist in these blog posts. This anchor text, it came up and it just created this idea of let's use this rich anchor text, Phases of the Moon, to link to Phases of the Moon blog post category to create that interlinking. So I went ahead and told it, great job, because really it did what I told it because I didn't give it enough instructions. I wasn't detailed enough in my explanation or in my prompt. So what I did at that point is said, great, now do this one more time and provide one interlink from the same asteroid blog post to other blog post I've given you using rich anchor text. Then it comes back and it actually does it, But again, you can see what it did is it made a mistake, or I just wasn't clear enough on what I wanted it to do. So it picked the blog post with asteroids, and then it came back with rich anchor text. But you can see what it did is it created amazing facts about Hubble telescope as its rich anchor text, and then it linked to the blog post about the Hubble telescope. But the problem is this text that it gave me for all these blog posts doesn't actually exist. It made it up, or it said this would be good rich anchor text because this is the text that leads directly to this post, which is not really correct and not the way I wanted to do it. So I provided some more detail, or I corrected it and said, the rich anchor text you provided does not exist in these blog posts. Please do this again and use actual rich anchor text from the asteroid blog post to link to the interlinked blog post title. As you can see here, I'm getting more specific with my input or with my prompt, and use actual rich anchor text from the asteroid blog post to link to the interlinked blog post title. It comes back, it apologizes for the confusion, it misunderstood my request, and I'm glad that it's so polite, but really the problem here is not so much it misunderstood, is I didn't give it enough information. I didn't feed it the prompt that it needs with enough detail to really get what I want. But you can see now what it's done here is it's explained what this table is doing with the blog post title, again, just focused on asteroids. So you can see here, it's just blog post with asteroid. Then it gives me rich anchor text, formation of the solar system. And then it says that can link out to this blog post. And then here is the interlinked URL. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and grab this blog post title and copy that. Pop over to the blog, go to the blog post. Do a quick search for that blog post, and we're going to open that editor. Then that blog post is going to open, and then at this point, we're going to copy this because this is the rich anchor text. So this should be in the blog post, and you can see here it is. So then we'll take and we'll highlight that, and then we'll add a link. And of course, that link will be this link here. We'll copy that link address. And then what we'll do is we'll paste that in there and we'll hit save. And now we have created that rich anchor text off of this formation of the solar system over to the post about Big Bang Theory universe facts. Then we'll go ahead and publish that. And we've created our first interlink. We'll go ahead and exit and save this while we're here to make sure that gets saved. And we created our first interlink here. And then at that point, what I wanted to do is I want to take this table and I want to save it over in the blog post tracker. And I said, can you give me the last table, or the last table that you created? Can you give that to me in CSV format so I can upload it to Google Sheets? It gave me the code, and you can see here that it gave me instructions to paste that code in, but it didn't actually work. So I went back and I told it the paste special option and select paste values only did not work. And I said it put all the text in one cell. Then it gave me some more information, and alternatively, it gave me this information right here, which actually worked. And if we go back over to Google Sheets, you can see here I've created internal links for universeunriddled.com. I created this based on the information that it gave me in that table after going through the process and prompting it to do the interlinking for these blog posts. I then had it create a CSV. Then it gave me the instructions on how to do this, and they worked like a charm. And now I have my blog post title, my URL, my rich anchor text, my interlinked blog post title, and the interlinked URL all right here in one handy dandy spreadsheet that I can then use and keep track of all the links that I have and all the anchor text to make sure and see that I don't overdo it or I don't underdo it, and try to get that perfect mix based upon this task or this prompt and all this information that I've fed into ChatGPT and using the plugins. So go ahead and let me know in the comments if you tried this, or if you had any luck with it, or if you plan on trying to use this and how you can enhance it, even maybe using some type of Zapier to zap this information over to a spreadsheet. Once you choose that plugin, you could probably set that up as well. Maybe that's something we'll try here as we head out towards 100 days. If you're having fun like me, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, but I appreciate it. It helps out that algorithm a lot. And I look forward to seeing you in the next update. And I'll talk to you then. Bye.